All right, I have to do part two. I tried squeezing it in and I couldn't, so I am so sorry. Part two, packet lesson, which is 3-2, day one. And here we go. Remember my little speech? When you multiply fractions, you cross reduce. Look how nice that cleans up. And you swoosh. Now, some of you are going to be tempted to cross these out also, but you can't because of that minus and plus. So this turns into the square root of 3 minus 1 all over the square root of 3 plus 1. Now, I don't know. Some of you are still going to be tempted to cross these out, but you can't. That goes back to algebra 2. The only way I can get this radical out of the denominator is by multiplying by the conjugate. I bet you don't remember doing that. Maybe you do. But I'm not worried about the top at all. The only way I can get the radical out when you have a binomial down here and one of them has a square root or both of them has a square root is you got to multiply by the conjugate. But if I multiply the bottom by that, I got to multiply the top by that. Now down here, now we got a FOIL problem, but if you notice, I'm going to go I'm going to do the bottom first. Square root of 3 is 3. But if I go outside, I get negative square root of 3. If I go inside, I get positive square root of 3. So those things will cancel. Then I get 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Now in the top, I'm going to go first. So square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 3. I'm going to do this in my head. Negative square root of 3 and a negative square root of 3 is negative 2 square root of 3. And then I go negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. And now I got to clean this thing up. So 3 plus 1 is 4 minus 2 square root of 3 all over 2. And then look at this will reduce. So I get 2 minus 1 square root of 3. I told you that one was a nightmare. What an algebra review. You see that? Trigonometry is tricky because it forces you to remember your old Algebra 2 rules. I'm kind of glad I finished that right there. There's no way I could have got it done, but all right. They're not all that tough, but some of them are.